Hello everyone, I hope you're all enjoying this gorgeous sunny days finally here in Vancouver. I am here today to talk about courage. Yesterday, I was talking to a friend of mine about adventure, so river rafting and skydiving and jumping off cliffs and things like that. I'm quite the adventurous person. I love the outdoors. And my friend was telling me, oh my goodness, you must be so courageous. And that made me reflect about the concept around courage. To illustrate, let's say I want to jump off a quite a high cliff, and I've done it a few times, and I see that gorgeous pool waiting for me down there. I've seen a number of people jumping before. I know it's safe. Rationally, I know it's safe, and I really want to do it. When I jump, it doesn't mean I didn't have fear for a few minutes before. Sometimes it takes me 10 minutes to decide and jump. But eventually I do it because what I gain from the jump, when I dive in the water and it's nice and fresh, it's enough reward for me that it's worth overcoming that fear. And it's no different when we're going through life decisions. Oftentimes I hear people telling me, oh, you're so courageous. You moved countries I don't know how many times, and you changed industries, and you went after your dreams and this and that. And what seems natural to one person to do sometimes may seem a great act of courage for someone else. This is the first thing we need to consider when talking about courage. I would like to invite you to do is think about two things. When you decide you want to do something, what is it that is moving you towards that objective? What is it that inspires you? What are you seeking for? What are you going to gain when you achieve that? Visit yourself there in the future and imagine yourself having done what you want to do. And then allow yourself to savor the idea of having those feelings and understand what you're going to gain. Consider thinking about what you may lose when you gain all of that. Because every time we move a change in our lives, we leave something behind. And sometimes it's a cheap price to pay. But sometimes we may realize that the reason why we're not going for this year is because we don't want to leave this year behind. And that's okay. As long as you decide peacefully that, for example, you know what, I don't want to move countries. I am happy traveling to other countries. I may even experience a couple months here and there. I may even look for a project. I want to work temporarily out there, but I don't want to permanently move countries. That's all right, because maybe the loss you're going to change is so great that you don't want to go through that, and that's fine. But at least there you're not conflicted inside anymore. So courage is not more than going after what really inspires you and what really truly moves you and what you want for yourself above all, not what others think is cool or what you saw maybe in TV and you found it so cool, but maybe is it for you? That's the question to ask. Another point to consider is that where I see courage in others, they might just think it's a natural thing to do. For example, people who save other people on the street when they're suffering an act of violence and they receive, hero awards and things like that. I don't know if I would have the courage to do that, but for them, in that moment, it seemed like the natural thing to do, and this is what they answer 100% of the time when you watch them in the news or when they, tell you about the story. They say it was the natural thing to do. So sometimes what's natural for us is not natural for others, and the other way around as well. When you see someone who you think is not having the courage to do something, or when you even look at them and think it's like it was a coward act, try to look for courage in that same story. Where is it that person had courage in that moment? What was his or her courage? What was their courage in that act? That's also an important reflection to have if you want to fully feel and understand the concepts surrounding courage. So life is asking us to have a lot of courage right now. We have to rebuild everything. We have to rebuild our world. And just remember, all of us have plenty of courage within us. So where is it that you have exercised your courage before. Recognize that so you can remember you have it within you. And what are the things that are really worth it for you, that are really worthwhile for you, that you really want to do? Rest assured, you will find the courage to do those. So I hope this brings you an interesting reflection today. If you enjoyed this content, please remember to like and comment on the video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the signal, the little bell, so you're notified of future comments. Thank you very much and have a great week.